For the last 40 years, I've been telling you I will survive, but I never told you how.
So first off, I just want to say thank you. Gloria Gaynor, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for the highs and the lows and the perseverance. I'm so curious, at what point did you decide a documentary might just be the most powerful way to take us on this journey?
Well, it was actually my manager's idea, and when she told me, about it, the process, and what it would eventually the potential for what it could do, I thought, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, and I appreciate how vulnerable you are throughout, the sharing of it. And I love that you get emotional at many times. Is that something that's always been part of who you are, or do you allow yourself to feel a little bit more now?
Oh, no, I think it's pretty much who I've always been. Never been guarded like that. I've learned through this process and through the process of life that it takes courage to be vulnerable, because if you're vulnerable, you can be hurt. But then that so many more doors open for you, and you're able to experience so much more and win so much more. Just like you can lose more, you can also win more. So you take the chance, you put on
Yeah.
your gloves, you get in the ring and duke it out.
Yes. Well, Betsy, talk to me about bringing this documentary to audiences. This has been a decade-long kind of labor of love for you. What drew you most to wanting to be invested in Gloria's story?
I met Gloria. She was 71. She had just graduated college, and she was embarking on a gospel album, which nobody wanted to, fund or do anything with. And I just thought, this is, so inspiring, and I didn't know where it would go. And once I met Gloria and her team and heard some of the music they were recording, I just felt compelled to be a part of it, and no matter where it went. And that's how we started, and we just went on until we finished, which was a real joy to see the struggles, the ups and downs firsthand, and then to see all the benefits and the inspiration.
That was one of the things that surprised me, Gloria. I know how tough and unforgiving in any industry can be at different times, but the thought of a door not just being wide open to you, wanting to pursue gospel music was very interesting. And I loved that you were unwavering with, that goal, and got to do some amazing collaborations and then put out this beautiful album. Talk to me a little bit about what that felt like going through it.
It was difficult. It was frustrating. It was daunting. But I held on. One of the things that I held on throughout the entire process was something that the Lord said to me. He said to me, no one can stop you from getting what I have for you except you. And I really believed that this was something that he wanted me to do. And so I was willing to do it no matter what the cost, and no matter what the challenge is, and no matter what the final outcome. So I just kept plugging away and pushing through and trying to get past every stop gap, and recognizing that doors were closed in that were closed in my face were closed because he wanted them to be. And any doors that he wanted open, he would open. And those were the doors that I was to go through. So I was consistently praying for that. And because I wanted the project to end up what he wanted it to be, not what I wanted it to be.
Things I loved being able to see your faith, brought out within this film. And I'm curious kind of what that faith relationship looked like. It seemed like it deepened after you had gone through so much and kind of later in life. But what did that look like maybe earlier, prior to that?
Well, earlier it was like, I remind myself of the Indiana Jones film where he goes into that cave, and then these stones that they're supposed to be there, but you're not sure they're there. And the only way for you to find out if they're there is if you step out on them. And so that was the way I was. I had to step out on faith and know that he was going to be there for me. And he was there every step of the way, right through to the Grammy. And it was an awesome journey. It was, like I said, a little scary at times, but it was just something I felt that I had to do from the very beginning. And I couldn't be more pleased except if it had been more widespread. But I tend to believe that this album is going to have a burst after this documentary is released. But it's okay because I want the story. The story is more important than the success of an album, you know, because the story is what I believe is going to uplift, empower, and encourage people. And that was my purpose from the very beginning.
Well, I have no doubt that your story will change lives because there is so many aspects that people can relate to. We all have a certain level of a survival story, but Betsy, maybe talk to me about some of those themes that Gloria goes through that are tangible and inspiring for so many.
I think that's what sets this is what this documentary is about, because it's through Gloria's message, but everyone can apply it. You know, they can apply it about ageism or being the pitfalls of people telling you can't do something whatever age you are. And also just resting in a survival mode and not going beyond that and saying, I can really rewrite my life and do the things that I want to do. And I have faith in myself to do it. So there's a lot of the themes that resonate with everyone, that the people that have seen the film so far, and then hopefully the rest of the audience on February 13th.
Gloria, I did not know how much success and then, you know, dealing with the physical elements, all of that you had prior to I Will Survive. At one point, even before I Will Survive came back, you were on the top to maybe, how do I get this back? Is there an opportunity for it back? And then an even larger amount of, you know, favor gets shown upon you. Talk to me a little bit about what that looked like.
Well, it looked like challenges, lots of challenges, and you know, challenges that I felt that I had to and could overcome with the Lord by my side, and He was there every minute, and it kept ringing in my ear. No one can keep you from getting what I have for you except you. And the other thing that kept ringing in my ear is growth. You know, you need to be constantly growing, and if you're growing, you're reaching to a level that you've never been on before, which means you're going to have experiences that you've never had before, which means that you're going to have to pull up from inside of you. And with my help, you can do that. Pull up things that you've never had to use before, and one of them being the courage to do that, to reach that next level. Growth is the only sign of life. I wasn't ready to die. I'm not ready yet. So I will be still consistently doing that. You know, just knowing that, you know, whatever, this is the reason, all of this is the reason why my favorite scripture is Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. I have lived that scripture over and over and over again. And guess what? I will continue to live that scripture over and over and over again.
Betsy, talk to me about how audiences can see this. And it's kind of a very fun February event.
It's an amazing February event, and we wanted it in theaters because the experience in theaters is so uplifting and amazing. The music was built for the theaters. And it's February 13th. It's a Fathom event, so there'll be some special things after the movie to get excited about to see. And it'll be in theaters nationwide. I think you can go on Fathom or Fandango to check out where you are. It's going to be all over the country, and 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock showing. So it's, you know, it's on Valentine's Day. So, you know, bring your close friends, and it's a way to celebrate friendships too. And Gloria.
And Gloria and her music. I love that.
You know, an amazing gift to us, and that's what's special too.